In this video, I wanted to address something that I recently spoke about in one of the shorts that I created. And this topic is about whether a narcissistic parent is aware of how much they are hurting you. Are they aware of what they are doing? And this is a bit of a complicated topic because, first of all, not all narcissistic parents are the same. Many of you commented on the short and said, well, yeah, a narcissistic parent damn well knows that they are hurting you. They are very much aware. Yeah, some narcissistic parents are, but those are usually malignant narcissists. So their narcissism has elements of psychopathy in. So they are sadistic. They enjoy causing pain. They enjoy manipulating. But the most common type of narcissist isn't necessarily aware of what they are doing to their children. And in this video, we are going to break this down and I'm going to talk about this in a bit more detail. Now, what is important to understand is that your narcissistic parent has generally built their whole identity on being a good parent, on being blameless, and on being right. In order for them to realize that they are not a good parent, this means that they would have to tear apart their whole identity. They would have to completely tear down their defenses. But the problem is because their defenses are so strong, this doesn't really happen. They actually lack the self-awareness to truly realize that they are being harmful, that they are being abusive, and that they are being neglectful. Because they can't look at themselves objectively, they're not really able to truly understand what they actually do to you. They are literally emotionally blind to what you are saying to them. And you are essentially waiting for something to happen that's non-existent. Every time you wait and hope that your narcissistic parent will validate you, you're essentially giving away your peace because your narcissistic parent truly believes that they are a good parent. What is important for you to understand as someone who has a parent like this is that your clarity on what your parent is doing, on how they are hurting you, does not actually require them to agree with it. The thing is, you will end up losing years of your life because you are waiting for them to change, but they are not actually capable of this change because they don't have self-awareness. Something that's important to pay attention to with a narcissistic parent is that they can manipulate you by appearing to have insight. They might say things like, yes, you are right. I was such a terrible mother. But they don't say this because they actually acknowledge what they did. They say it because essentially they want you to comfort them, to tell them, no, that's not true. They want you to actually let your guard down and give them another chance. But the problem with this is it keeps you hooked. It keeps you hooked in this very toxic trauma bond. And it can mean that you still keep trying to get them to see what they are doing, hoping that they will get it. The problem is that the cycle just keeps repeating itself. But once you have awareness of this cycle, you can step out of it and you can start focusing on the things that you can do. If you see your parents show temporary feelings of guilt, this is another thing that can also keep you hooked. So a temporary feeling of guilt doesn't mean that they truly get it. The thing is, they're not really able to realize something that they don't actually possess. They don't have this internal structure because they never really developed a differentiated self. They can't be in relationships with others without expecting others to change. They aren't able to emotionally connect with others. Once you're able to give up getting them to see what is really happening, this is the only time that you will actually be able to move forward. And how can you do this? How can you move forward? Well, you need to set really strong boundaries. You need to remove yourself from the environment that you're in. So if you're still living with your parents, the best thing you can do is move out so you can find yourself again, so you can see who you truly are. What is your identity when it isn't tied to your parents? You are a lot more than just being the daughter or the son of a narcissistic parent who is constantly keeping you close to them, is keeping you small, and isn't really allowing you to be yourself, because they can't accept people for who they truly are. They only want a version of you that suits them. And this, of course, isn't healthy. So the best thing you can do is distance yourself, give yourself the healing that you need, focus on yourself, focus on the things that make you happy. You need to have therapy or coaching. You need to talk to someone who gets it. You need to work through those emotions. It may take time. And then you need to make sure that you come back into your body, that you do things to help your body feel safe, because you may be in this hypervigilance state. You may be out there people pleasing and trying to control others because you don't know how else to feel safe. You need to undo many, many years of programming. And the only way to do this is to distance yourself. So if you found this video useful, please feel free to share your comment and to tell me about your experience, because it always helps others as well. Thank you so much for watching and for listening, and I will see you all very soon.